Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my Hacking Speech. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to. Okay, I wanted to come talk to you guys about the craziest story. Well, it ain't the craziest, but it's a crazy story that I read from Baller Alert, right? So, caption, it's about a teacher. Sex ed teacher resigns after parents expressed concerns over cartoon masturbation video. Right? First question, why would a school, clearly elementary school, hire a sex ed teachers to teach children, first graders, about sex in any capacity, masturbation, self-touching, or anything else? It's bananas. It's inappropriate. There's no reason why children that young should be being taught anything about sex. Let children be children. And that's where the world is messing up. Over sexualizing children as it is. And then you go and do this, teaching them masturbation. Let me explain to you guys why this is very problematic, just in case you don't know, right? You might think it's not teaching them how to have sex with others or anything like that. It's just teaching them how to please themselves. A 5 or 6-year-old don't need to be taught to touch yourself. At that age, they still even think kissing someone is nasty. Why are we jumping to feeling and touching? And this is the problem. When kids see and are exposed to certain things, you have now implanted a seed, a thought into their mind, right? You showed them a masturbation video of how to feel and please themselves, right? So let's see. First off, they ain't even got breasts yet. Oh shoot, they don't even have breasts yet. So um, I'm hoping it ain't showing like no rubbing or nothing like that. They can't even get any erection, to my knowledge. Like and little girls, I know when I was 6 years old, I wasn't getting horny. I wasn't getting wet. Didn't even have a period. Didn't even have breasts. Nothing was there. So the fact that they're teaching them to touch themselves and they're watching this, right? They're visually watching this. They're not just hearing it, they're seeing it. That, you know what that's going to do with them children? And what the problem is, it's going to take playing house to a whole new level, because now they actually have a mental note of visuals to understand of what to do and how to do it. Right? Those are going to be kids that's going to go playing with other kids, cousins, siblings, and all of that, and say, hey, I seen that video. I want to start doing that now. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. They showed it to me. They teaching me it. You know what I'm saying? You show a child a video of how to go to the potty. They're going to emulate that. They're going to go to the potty, right? So now we have a whole bunch of first graders who's going to go trying to show other kids what they've seen and learned on themselves, or even do it to them. That's what's going to happen. And then you're going to have parents pissed off at other parents for what this child done to their child, or showed their child, and wondering where it's coming from. And it's not from a bad upbringing. It ain't from in the household, what they have been exposed to in the household, in their community. It's from what these teachers, this school, has exposed them to. First off, even if I was a sex ed teacher and the school hired me, the minute I walked into that class of first graders, I would be like, oh hell no, I'm not teaching them a damn thing about sex. And I would have turned and went to those principals, the staff, whoever, and said, look, this is inappropriate for first graders. 6th grade, okay. 7th grade, yeah. 8th, 9th, up, cool. Not elementary. So guess what that's gonna provoke? You walk in and you see your daughter trying to jack off her cousin. You see your son trying to finger his sister. Because this has been put in their head as something to do. At the sleepover now, you walk in a room and all these little 5 or 6 years old are doing sexual acts on each other, because this is what they has been shown on television, or teaching each other how to do it, showing, hey, let's play this game where we jack each other off. And then you wondering why your son jacking off his twin brother. Or I'm just saying, this is where this would lead to and where this would go. And so it's asinine and it's crazy, and it's sexual abuse through third-party sexual abuse of children, because that should not have been implanted into their brains at such a young age. They don't know nothing about. If they go and touch themselves right now, they ain't gonna feel nothing. It ain't gonna spark nothing in them. Those hormones and stuff haven't even been developed in them yet. You know what I'm saying? Their body aren't even ready to respond, or their mind. to on that level to something like that. So I just want to let y'all know, some of these kids out here doing stuff, and it ain't even dead. Guess what? That's the other thing that this is gonna provoke and cause. You're gonna have these children doing this stuff, and the first thing somebody gonna think is their mom or their father abusing them for them to be doing these acts. And you know how kids is. You go questioning kids, they get confused, they get scared and stuff like that, and they just start throwing out names. Or you preemptively implant it by asking or saying a particular name, and they just go with yeah, because their whole thing is, okay, I must have did something wrong, I'm in trouble, they're enraged, they're upset with me. Oh yeah, you throw out that name, yeah, they did it. Especially if it's an adult, because in their mind, yeah, I'm gonna say an adult because they are in charge and have authority over me. So you can't be mad at me because another adult gave me permission. That's how kids' brains work, and this is gonna create a whole lot of chaos. Well, children technically, like I said, were third-party abused by being able to see that, and now they're gonna go out into the world in their everyday life trying to reenact what it is they seen on themselves, on others, and it's going to create chaos. It's going to create chaos. It's going to create parents pissed off and upset with their kids. It's going to create other parents pissed off and upset with the kids as well as their parents. It's going to cause a whole blame game. It's going to cause CPS investigation. I'm now accusing the father of abusing my daughter. I'm now accusing the father or the mother of abusing my son. I now think my child is gay and someone has been touching them, or my daughter is, and stuff, because they just trying to do what they seen, what was taught to them. So I just feel that's asinine. You know, we got to do better and watch that, but also keep your eyes out. Everything that your child doing and done, or that you know someone else's child has done or doing, it ain't that they came up with bad parenting or being abused. It's these dumbass teachers in schools. But I have another story, right? I was trying to look at a lot of women in today's day and age are having a lot of health problems, health issues, such as endometriosis, having to have hysterectomies, and all sorts of things like that, right? And I looked at it, I said, you know what, out of, in America, such a large country with variety of races, different backgrounds, religious beliefs and stuff like that, and we're all suffering, regardless to race, regardless to socioeconomic status, regardless to education level, all of that, we're all suffering problems in our reproductive area. And okay, come on, where's the article now? Here it is. We're all suffering problems in our reproductive system. And I sat back and I thought, I said, what is the one thing that all of these different women, different in nationality, education, socioeconomic status, marital status, mother or not, regardless of any of that, what is the one thing that we all have in common? We all have in common our birth control in the United States of America. Because the only way that a clear and cut medical problem could be happening to several women that eat different, live different, brought up different, all that different. The only way we could all have the same problem is if we're all using the same thing somewhere or exposed to the same thing somewhere. And that same thing is birth control. We're all using the same birth control. So I believe that the birth control is causing women reproductive failure, reproductive issues. It's a lot of women I know suffering, having cysts on their ovaries or uterus and stuff, having abnormal bleeding, pain, endometriosis, having to have fallopian tubes removed or having their entire uterus removed and stuff, entire hysterectomies. The only one thing we all have in common is birth control. They are sterilizing us through the birth control, because I know, right, we're using birth control to temporarily stop us from bearing children, but it's having long-term effects. And I also seen this article, which made me think of my theory that I had came up with, which is that Western medicine is sterilizing a vast majority of women of all different backgrounds and races and stuff through birth control. This is the article that was on Baller Alert. As y'all see, I be on Baller Alert. It says high levels of forever chemicals. Right, so I'm like, okay, that's the name of a chemical. That's the name of whatever this substance is. It's a forever chemical. But it just made me think of something that they're not going to name, but it's forever, means it's prolonged throughout the system. It's a forever chemical because it's a chemical they put in that's lasting forever. Birth control. PFA is found in American women's breast milk. So they doing a study. When they collect data like this, they do this over a large period of time, and they do it across different genetic breeds, different races, and different lifestyles and stuff. That's how they collect data to be able to figure out what is affecting a specific gender or a specific race, ethnicity, and stuff like that. And all this article did, forever chemical being found in our breast milk. So what they have injected us with, whether this is through the prenatal or the birth control that we have taken prior to giving children, we have to be careful and get back to holistic ways of treating and protecting ourselves and our babies, because this one I think could still stem from, because they made plural, they made forever chemicals plural, so this could still come from birth control that was taken prior to the woman saying, okay, here, I'm going to stop the birth control and get pregnant. Because they made it plural, so it made me think that it could still be from that, but also it made me think prenatal vitamins. What would a large part of American women have in common for their breast milk? Prenatal vitamins. We take them all during our pregnancy because we want to be our healthiest and best for our babies coming into the world, right? We even will take them after we even give them birth, especially if we're breastfeeding, because we want to maximize the nutrients that we could give to ourselves to then give to the baby. And no, we know that what's that man's name? Bill Gates came out his own mouth and said, you know what the world needs? It needs to be depopulated. We already know on the Guys of Stones, they said depopulate the world. We already know that we are living in a totalitarianism society. They are trying to be able to control all of the people all of the time. You would need smaller numbers for that, even though I already read y'all that article where China has created 5 different things. Skynet, I can't even remember all the names, but to be able to watch every single citizen all of the time. They even had a face recognition system that they put up over there in China to be in that they said moves in 95.8 seconds. It can, no, not 95, it's 95, no, something accurate, but in so many seconds it can easily identify through face recognition who someone is, right? So they want to be God. They want to be gods. And in order for them to do their man-made counterfeit version of being God, they need technology to do it. They also need smaller numbers. They want to decrease the population. So on this new world new world order they're trying to create, they can have complete control, dominance, be omnipresent, omniscient, and what's the other one? I can't think of the other one. But see all, know all, right? That's why they want to chip us somehow, some way. But anyway, so it just had me thinking through the prenatals, these forever chemicals, because right now they just told us found in all of our breast milk. They ain't told us what effect this is having on our babies who are drinking our breast milk. They haven't told us that part. And they're clearly letting us know that there's several different chemicals that are forever staying in our bodies. And I believe that it's through the medications we're being used. So just be careful. Be careful with the birth control. And what methods, forms of birth control you are using. Be careful with the prenatal vitamins. I would say skip the prenatal vitamins since it's specific to prenatal. So that would be how they could target mothers specifically. And maybe go with other type of vitamins, or just go back to eating good old grains and vegetables and fruits and what do you call those things? and spices and stuff in your food and your drinks, whatever way you get it to where, so you're getting it natural in the right way, and you ain't got to worry about what some mad scientist or government has tried to alter it with to sterilize you permanently, or to somehow affect your child's development as they grow. Because I would think that these forever chemicals aren't just affecting us. If it's going into our baby's body, trust me, it's having some effect on them as well. And we don't need that. We don't need that. We want healthy, strong babies. And we want to be healthy and strong. So I just wanted to share that information with you guys. Give me what your thoughts is. How is it that several women across several different backgrounds in America, different races, ethnicities, classes, education level, and all of that, all suffering the same problems reproductively? It could only be through birth control. Same with this. It could only be through the prenatal vitamins and whatever else was put in birth control and all of that. Give me you guys' thoughts.